Okay, so whenever I use the term meal planning or menu planning, some people get really, really scared. They get nervous thinking like, oh my word, it's like another assignment to take care of. No, 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 no. Everything is with great intention, and I'm taking the ouch out of it because I'm going to give you a method that I kind of sort of picked up for myself that worked out really, really well. I don't do it every single week, but every once in a while I get into certain cravings for certain foods. And I said, what do I like to get on occasion from outside takeout? I like to get sometimes Chinese food takeout. And you want to know something? A lot of the things that one orders really can be duplicated or replicated with a little bit of your own twist to it, of course. It's not going to taste identically to the stuff that you pick up outside. No, no, no. But you can kind of sort of make it, and it's a great method. Jan, what are you talking about? Okay. Often is the time, for example, let's say I would like to order, let's say, beef with oyster sauce. Okay. Yeah, it depends on where you are. That one could be a little pricey. I also like, let's say, chicken and broccoli. Yum, much more reasonable in price. Beef with broccoli. Yeah, 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 yeah. You see where I'm going with this? You could do the same with pork. What is the method? What is being used? What are the main components of those dishes? Okay, broccoli, rice, probably some onion, if I'm not mistaken. I believe green scallions, right? And whatever protein that you choose, whether it's the chicken one or the beef one or the pork one, this is a method that we could replicate, duplicate, whatever way you want to call it, into wonderful dishes that stretch. And did you ever notice that whenever you get Chinese takeout, often is the time that there are leftovers? I don't mind leftovers because that means the second time around, I don't have to cook it. I don't have to order it. I don't have to pay for a tip. I'm talking about like when you get it from the original. But you could do the same thing at home on your own and make enough. You see, the key element to help these meals along are two things, okay? The proteins, in my opinion, are probably the least amount of the recipe, okay? And that kind of comes in handy because, with prices of meat these days and so on and so forth, where rice is still to this day, rice is still on the inexpensive, affordable side, right? Broccoli, I like to get to me, the frozen one is my personal preference. Everybody likes things differently. Who likes it freshly steamed? That's fine. I like mine frozen and I just defrost it and heat it up, and it works just as fine. You could find the broccoli florets. You could get the full broccoli, or you can cut it up yourself, or get the already done up. Usually, it's better to get the ones that's either the florets or the not cut up one, because sometimes the chopped up one that's frozen might be the pieces might be too small, but that's my taste. Maybe someone else may say, no, it doesn't matter to me. Another thing, very inexpensive, the frozen peas and carrots. Like you could just make simple fried rice, which I've mentioned on several shows. You don't even need the protein if you're not a meat person or you don't happen to have any meat in the house. So just by following the guide in your mind, like ask yourself, what do you usually order from takeout from X, Y, and Z? Now, that example was, for example, with the Chinese food takeout. Okay. Perhaps there's maybe another takeout that people, and I'll never understand this. Myself as a person will never understand why people, why do people, when they go to, let's say, a moderately expensive restaurant, let's say in the city, order spaghetti and meatballs. Okay. To me, they're paying a lot of money for something that's very commonly made at home. I don't know. Unless they don't make spaghetti at home. I don't know. That's just my opinion on something like that. But if you do like Italian cuisine, for example, and actually, I believe spaghetti and meatballs isn't even Italian, if I'm not mistaken, in its origins. I could be very, very wrong. But anyway, it doesn't matter here, there, or anywhere. But the thing is, we do things like out of habit, okay? Is it that hard to make a homemade meatball, for example? Not really. So here's a trick. Think about your favorites that you tend to order outside that obviously is going to cost more, and try your best to make it yourself. The easiest example are those meatball sub sandwiches, okay? Now, you could, I mean, I'm not saying it's not convenient. It is convenient. Just pick up a couple of subs once in a while. I get that. Or just pick up, well, rotisserie chicken is a great thing to pick up because you could use that, incorporate that in your other recipes too. I get that. Not saying that. Not saying that. But let's suppose that you happen to be making meatballs for another meal. Make a few more, freeze them up, take them down on those days when you are just too tired to deal with the meal thing, okay? Just want to heat them up, put them on a toasted roll with a little bit of shredded mozzarella, a little bit of sauce if you like it like that, and you got yourself a sub. I mean, it's really not that hard. I think we tend to make things harder than they really need to be. We tend as people to complicate things, okay? So there was a time, I don't know if they still do it because I haven't had one of those frozen, those frozen dinners. They're very reminiscent to what they used to call TV dinners back in the olden days. I'm talking about the really olden days, okay? They used to call those TV dinners. But a lot of those like frozen meals that are out today, some of them had like, which made it more enticing to purchase, was this little thing in the corner. Like, let's say you get a fried chicken one done up, right? Okay. Little thing in the corner section of the meal would indicate that that's going to be a future cake, like a future chocolate cake or a future, perhaps close to a brownie type of cake, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't purchased those things since like forever ago, so I don't even know if they still do that. And I say to myself, well, this is something we could easily just always have. And they sell the inexpensive brownies, from that Debbie person company, and you could get them for what, close to $2. It's again, it's been a while for any of this. There are many things that we tend to pay a ton of money for because we enjoy them, and food should be enjoyed. I mean, come on, it should be enjoyed. So every once in a while, a good method to cutting down some costs sometimes is to pick out your favorite meals. Find alternate ways to make it. For example, within the same budget week, the meal plan or the menu plan. Like I said, you could get a little thing of rice. You could cook it up ahead, put it away. Dried out rice works really, really well when you're doing a stir fry, for example, or fried rice. Make that frozen broccoli. You can get it for a song. It's already ready to be done up. It's in your freezer and you use it as needed. The same thing goes double for peas and carrots. You could get other vegetables of choice. I just touched upon a few. Get creative. Maybe get the peppers and the onions, whatever you enjoy. Look in your frozen section. Keep them there. The frozen vegetables you have available. The rice you could always make. Then all you have to do is add the least of all ingredients of the whole meal would be the protein, like the chicken, like or the beef. That's why never ever think that a scrap of meat or chicken doesn't mean that much. If you're done with a meal, you're really, really full in general in life, put your portion of it in the freezer. You may need it one day for a future meal, or throw it in a soup or something like that. Don't waste it, and it comes in very handy. When the vegetables and the rice are the star of the show, you will not need that much protein. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate everybody's time. We're always looking for ways to cut corners. Don't forget to add and include in the comment section below your smart tips and tricks for cutting back on recipes. Have a great day, everybody. Take good care of yourself and your amazing family. Thank you.